Hey everyone, Lone Wolf Jedi here, and this is going to be a response video to Hellsing920's video on, the mosque at Ground Zero and stuff like that. And he's basically made a challenge as to reasons why it should not be built. Well, first of all, to Hellsing, I agree with pretty much everything you said. And, before I go into, why I don't think it should be built, I am going to say that, like I said, I agree with everything you said. I mean, I've got nothing against the Muslims or Islam or any, religious people. The thing I think, the way I see it is this. The reason why it should not be built. It's the basic, how people are nowadays. I mean, if you go to, if they build this thing at Ground Zero, they're gonna take it, wrong. It's like, they're gonna, like you said, they're gonna think it's gonna be a 13-story mosque, and they're gonna just destroy it. The people, they're gonna just destroy it. And anyone involved in making it, they're gonna hurt or kill them, as well as people that are gonna go to this community center. They're gonna hurt. They're gonna hurt them or even kill them. And the reason why I know this is gonna happen, New York City is one of America's most violent cities. It's also one of the most violent cities in the world. I happen to live in another one of the most violent cities in the world. I live in Los Angeles. I mean, hell, worse. You remember years ago the whole riots we had due to what happened with the Rodney King beating. It's just and people will find anything, any reason to cause damage or hurt people. And building this simple mosque or community center with a mosque in it, like you said, 2 blocks away from Ground Zero, it's gonna light the fire and just ignite it completely, and we're not gonna hear, the whole. We're not gonna hear the end of this. We're gonna hear, okay, the mosque was destroyed, or a bunch of people were shot and a few were killed. And the reason why I know that New York City is one of the most violent cities in the entire country, if not the entire country, the world. One of my coworkers is from New York, not just New York, but one of its most dangerous districts. He's from Harlem. He told me that if I, as you can see there from the picture, I'm white, I'm as white as can be. If I am white and walking through Harlem, I will be confronted by some of the people there and asked to leave. Now, he says if I'm there with him, they'll be like, hey, so and so, is this guy with you? All right, cool. You can go. They are like that. And it's the same. It's pretty much the same thing out here in L.A. If you go to places like Compton, Watts, not too much Crenshaw, but some areas in Crenshaw. If you go to that area and you're say white or Hispanic or whatever, they will ask you what your business is here, and if they don't like it, if you don't have any business, they ask you to leave the area. I should know that has happened to me. I mean, I actually had some business out in Compton. What it was and why, I have no idea. I don't remember. All I know is that I went in there, got my business taken care of, and got out. But I was confronted by these 2 gang members in Compton. And they said, "What are you doing here?" I said, I've got to go over to this location, and they said, okay, as soon as your business is done, get the fuck out. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, that will probably be a rant in the future, but um, that's how it is. They will. People. What I'm saying is, generally, people will hurt others if they're you know uh if they're associated with this community center or community center and slash mosque. And because that's how the mentality of people that's how the mentality of people are nowadays. It's just it's just terrible how this country has gotten, in my opinion. And to answer your question, Helsing, about how are the cable networks doing the coverage? Excuse me there. I was channel surfing the other day and came across the three major cable news networks: CNN, Fox News, and MSNBC. CNN does cover it a little bit. It covers it's basically going between that and the whole BP oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. And it's the same thing with MSNBC. Fox News is all over this whole thing, and they're, of course, being biased, completely biased, like they always are. And it's just ridiculous that a news organization that advertise themselves as fair and unbiased is being biased about a lot of stuff. And well, that's really all I gotta say. That's all I'm really saying. You did challenge your subscribers and people to come up with a reason why this mosque should not be built. I personally think that it should be, but given the fact that society the way it is nowadays, it should not be. It should not be. And I also answered your question as to whether or not the the cable news stations are covering this, how much they're covering it. And yeah, I told you. Okay, so in closing, I'm gonna say that this is Lone Wolf Jedi saying once again, this has been a video response to Hellsing920's thing on the mosque slash community center being built 2 blocks away from Ground Zero. And this is my rant will be up soon as soon as I get the material for it. All right. This is Little Jazz saying thank you for watching, and Helsing, hope this brought some stuff into light. Take care of yourselves.